told you there is a land where turquoise lakes mirror towering peaks, where ancient forests whisper secrets, and every horizon feels like a new promise. Imagine venturing into a world where nature's grandeur meets human warmth. Welcome to Canada. Introduction. From coast to coast, Canada weaves a tapestry of wild beauty, multicultural vibrancy, and serene wilderness. It's a place where Inuit traditions in the north echo alongside French cafés in Quebec, where vibrant Indigenous cultures enrich every region, and where friendly accents shift subtly as you journey through provinces. Whether you crave the pulse of a modern metropolis or the silence of a windswept glacier, Canada offers a mosaic of experiences that beckon the wanderer. This is a land of contrasts: Arctic ice fields and Pacific waves, endless boreal forests and golden prairies, historic colonial towns and bold, modern architecture. It's a country that invites you to breathe deep, to slow your pace, to listen to wind rustling through pine needles, and to let your heart expand with wonder. Today, I want to take you on a cinematic journey through the top 10 most beautiful places in Canada, from hidden gems to iconic landscapes you've dreamed of. As we count down, imagine yourself there, feel the air, see the colors, hear the silence or the roar. Let's begin. Bay of Fundy and Hopewell Rocks, New Brunswick/Nova Scotia. Start your trip on Canada's east coast, where the ocean plays a dramatic game of hide-and-seek. At the Bay of Fundy, the tides are among the highest in the world, rising like a living pulse twice daily. Step into the sculpted sandstone pillars of Hopewell Rocks at low tide and walk across the ocean floor. The jagged, flower-pot rock formations stand like ancient sentinels. As the tide returns, the water surges in, reclaiming its domain with a soft roar. You'll watch colonies of seabirds wheel overhead and feel the damp breeze on your skin, scenting the salt and seaweed. Dawn or dusk suffuses the rocks with rose gold light, one of nature's most theatrical displays. And just when you think the sea has told all its stories. 9. Niagara Falls, Ontario. Waterfalls so powerful they seem to challenge the laws of gravity. Niagara Falls is more than a destination. It's an elemental spectacle. Stand close to the brink, where roaring torrents descend with thunder, and mist rises in veils in the sunlight. Rainbows arch through the spray, your clothes damp, your heartbeat quick. Whether you take a boat ride under the Horseshoe Falls or view them from the promenade at night, the power and scale leave an indelible mark. It's not just spectacle. Niagara is steeped in human drama, lights that dance at night, river cruises, and a sense that nature still holds a primal grip on our imagination. But hold on, the next place will shift you from thunderous falls to glacier-white stillness. 8. Athabasca Glacier and Icefields, Parkway, Alberta. Journey into the heart of the Canadian Rockies on the Icefields Parkway, a road often called one of the world's most scenic. Between Jasper and Banff, you'll cross valleys painted with teal rivers and walls of stone. Among these lies the Athabasca Glacier, a living river of ice. Step onto its surface with a guide and feel cold crystal underfoot. Hear the deep groan of ancient ice shifting, see the subtle shades of blue within the ice, and taste the sharp chill in the air. Across in the distance, peaks push the sky and waterfalls leap from heights. This is a place where time slows. Glaciers have stories older than nations. Coming up next, you'll enter a land of mirror lakes so vivid they defy belief. 7. Moraine Lake and Valley of the Ten Peaks, Banff National Park, Alberta. Few images capture Canada like Moraine Lake, a gem of glacial blue nestled in the Valley of the Ten Peaks. In early morning light, the water is glass, reflecting jagged summits with such clarity that it seems you could fall through into another world. Spring to summer, melting snow feeds the lake, and the color intensifies, glowing emerald. Hike the shoreline, let your fingers trail in that cool water, Feel the whisper of wind through fir boughs and listen to distant bird calls echoing off cliffs. This is a landscape that asks you to pause, to breathe, and to hold your jaw from dropping. But wait until we take you to a place where forest, mist, and mountains dance together. 6. Pacific Rim/Wickaninnish and Long Beach, Vancouver Island, British Columbia. On the rugged shores of Vancouver Island, the Pacific Rim National Park is a realm of rainforests and pounding ocean surf. Walk along Long Beach, hear waves crash against ancient driftwood logs, and breathe in the salt and cedar-scented air. Tidal pools glint with sea stars, and storm-washed beaches cradle sea glass. And then there's Wickaninnish Beach and the iconic Hotel Plus Amphitheater overlooking the sea, where blankets of fog drift in, and sunsets explode in hues of purple and gold. This is a coast of moods, wild, contemplative, alive, where forest trails lead to hidden coves and crashing surf. Next, venture into the far north, where ice meets sky in silence. 5. Nahanni National Park Reserve, Northwest Territories. In the remote heart of Canada, Nahanni National Park Reserve is a storied wilderness of rivers, canyons, and waterfalls. The South Nahanni River winds through limestone cliffs, plunging into Virginia Falls, twice the height of Niagara, with a wild roar echoing in the canyon. Fly over the jagged peaks, peer down into emerald waters swirling below, feel the hush of solitude that descends over the land. In summer, the midnight sun bathes the terrain in endless twilight. In winter, the aurora may dance overhead. Nahanni is a place of myth, solitude, and elemental power. And now, prepare for a place where cliffs meet sea in dramatic theatrical perfection. 4. Gros Morne National Park, Newfoundland and Labrador. On Canada's eastern edge, Gros Morne National Park feels like a revelation. Towering fjord-like cliffs plunge into the sea, mirrored by inland lakes and mountains. Walk the tablelands, where the Earth's mantle is exposed, orange and alien underfoot. Or cruise the western brook Pond Fjord, where sheer cliffs rise from calm waters and mist swirls in the morning. You'll hear eagles cry overhead, feel the salt-laden breeze off the Gulf, spot whales or puffins offshore, and gaze at the alpenglow slipping across mountain faces. It's geology, wilderness, and ocean conjoined in one breath-catching scene. Ready for a fairy tale? The next stop might just be storybook perfect. 3. Quebec City and Montmorency Falls, Quebec. Stepping into Old Quebec is stepping into an old European dream. Cobblestone streets wind past stone buildings, wrought iron balconies, and steep staircases. In winter, the city glows with snow. In summer, flowers hang in baskets and terraces spill with cafe life. The Chateau Frontenac looms grandly above the St. Lawrence River, a sentinel of beauty. Just outside the city, Montmorency Falls drops nearly 84 meters, higher than Niagara, the spray shimmering with rainbows. Walk the suspension bridge, feel the mist on your face, hear pulverized water echoing in the gorge. Quebec captures old-world charm and elemental splendor. But the top two? They will take your breath in ways you didn't know possible. 2. Banff and Lake Louise, Alberta. Banff is the heartbeat of the Canadian Rockies, and Lake Louise is its jewel. Surrounded by the Victoria Glacier and forested slopes, the lake's turquoise waters draw in sightseers, canoeists, and dreamers. In sunrise, the water is still. In afternoon, ripples flash in sunbeams. Canoeing across the lake, you'll feel gentle lapping, hear a silent wind, and see the reflection of peaks like a perfect painting. Behind the lake, hiking trails lead to hidden meadows, waterfalls, and alpine skies. The town of Banff, tucked in valleys, glows with mountain hospitality, hot springs, and cozy architecture. This is a place where every moment feels sacred: sunrises, sunsets, moonlit snowfields. And now, the most beautiful place in all of Canada awaits, a realm where dreams and earth collide. 1. Haida Gwaii, British Columbia. Often called the Galapagos of the North, Haida Gwaii is an archipelago that lives in its own rhythms: wind, waves, forests, and culture entwined. Imagine walking through misty old-growth forests where ancient cedars loom, moss draped like emerald ribbons. The beaches are jagged, strewn with driftwood, washed by seas whose color shifts from teal to deep blue. The offshore islands host sea lions, rare seabirds, and orcas cruising just beyond sight. But Haida Gwaii is also a deeply spiritual place. The Haida Nation's totem poles rise like guardians, each carving telling the stories of ancestors. The land whispers of creation stories and fierce respect for the natural world. You'll hear the surf, the cry of gulls, the creak of timber hulls, and feel a hum of timelessness in your bones. At sunset, follow the coastline until the sea glows with molten gold, and perhaps, high in autumn, see auroras flicker above forest silhouettes. This is more than beauty, it's a place where spirit and nature merge. From thunderous waterfalls to silent ice, from dramatic coastlines to alpine lakes glowing in sunrise, Canada is a canvas painted with the bold brushstrokes of nature and the fine lines of culture. Whether you wander salty shores in British Columbia, float in the Rockies' turquoise embrace, or roam ancient forests in Haida Gwaii, you are never just a visitor, you become part of the story. So let this not just be a list of places, but an invitation to listen more, breathe deeper, wander further, and let your heart open. Because in Canada, every mountain, river, and forest has a dream waiting for you to step inside. No matter where you travel, remember, every journey begins with a single step, and in those steps, we discover new horizons, new selves, and new stories waiting to be told.